What is up everyone, it is Sacred Saiyan here, welcoming you back to another video. Today we're going to be doing the 4th episode of What If Goku and TURLES Were Twins. If you end up liking today's video, then please consider subscribing. It is free and you can always unsubscribe later. Also, if you want to join my Discord server, then there is a link to that in the description of the video. You can talk to me and my community, grind for rolls, hang out, and if you put your art in the art text channel and 10 people wrecked with a star, it'll get featured at the end of a video. Also, if you want to support me and the channel, then you can become a channel member. There's a link in the description of the video to become one. There are multiple tiers, and each of them give you more and more perks. If you want to see another parts of this series, then get this video to 500 likes, and with all of that out of the way, let's get into the 4th episode of What If Goku and TURLES Were Twins? TURLES and Cell are both in their fighting stances, and ready to fight. TURLES powers up to Super Saiyan, and this signals the beginning of their fight as the two warriors rush at each other with immeasurable speed. While this happens, Piccolo shouts for Android 18 and Android 16 to fly away. The two androids not objecting to this whatsoever, so the two fly away with Piccolo close behind as TURLES continues to fight Cell. Cell and TURLES' fight is similar to the fight between Trunks and Cell in canon, however this time the roles are reversed, so Cell is the one who is stronger than his Super Saiyan opponent. TURLES is just trying his best to buy time, and luckily it is working, because Cell has become solely focused on beating TURLES. The ego from his TURLES and Vegeta DNA fueling him, and luckily TURLES' plan works, as Vegeta in Super Saiyan Grade 2 shows up, catching a punch from Cell and then taking over the fight from TURLES. Trunks then going over to TURLES and asking where the androids are, and TURLES says they should be long gone by now, but they should ask Piccolo which direction they went. TURLES and Trunks look around, trying to find Piccolo, but then they both look scared as they realise Piccolo went with the androids. They then look back to Vegeta and they see Cell is gone. TURLES shouts at Vegeta, calling him a fool. If Cell absorbs 18, then they won't stand a chance. Vegeta glares at Cell, saying last time he checked, TURLES was so weak that he couldn't even take on this version of Cell, so he has no right to speak on what he can and can't handle. TURLES and Trunks sense Piccolo, and then fly in his direction, trying to get to him and the androids before Cell, but when they arrive, it is too late. Piccolo's dead on the ground, Android 16's body parts are scattered around, and Perfect Cell is standing there. Vegeta then shows up, having his fight with Perfect Cell like in canon, and Trunks has his same fight with Cell after. TURLES then stands beside Trunks after his defeat, and Cell still decides to host the Cell games, so he then leaves them be for now. We now head to when Goku and Gohan exit the time chamber. Because of how close Gohan was to achieving Super Saiyan beforehand, they left the time chamber even earlier than they did in canon. And after seeing Goku's power, Vegeta says he is going into the time chamber again. However, Goku says that Vegeta is going to have to wait. There's one more person who hasn't been in the time chamber yet, and Goku still hasn't used all his months in the time chamber. Vegeta grunts as Goku and TURLES then go to the time chamber to train. Since Goku already knows how to master Super Saiyan, and TURLES already has Super Saiyan, it is easy for TURLES to master Super Saiyan in the few months Goku has left, and then Goku has to leave the time chamber, and TURLES trains for the remaining months by himself, creating clones of himself to train with, which he learned from Goku. We now head to the Cell games. Goku still being up first to face Cell, and this fight is a lot harder for Cell to win than in canon. To scale, Goku here with his base form being much stronger than his canon self, along with training in the time chamber more since he trains with Gohan and TURLES. This may seem surprising to you, but Goku here is just as strong as Perfect Cell. Cell only having an advantage due to his superior techniques along with his regeneration. So Goku in the end would forfeit, and instead of getting Gohan to face Cell, TURLES steps up to take on the Bio Android. Since TURLES is still considerably stronger than Goku, that means he is also considerably stronger than Cell. And even with the fact that Goku still gives Cell a Senzu Bean, and Cell does get a minor Zenkai boost, TURLES still overpowers the Bio Android to the point where Cell's regeneration and techniques can't give him the edge. TURLES absolutely beats on Cell, bitch slapping him like he is Goku and Cell is Frieza. Apart from the gap between them is even larger. This fight would eventually lead to Cell beginning his self-destruction. However, there is one huge problem. Nobody has instant transmission, which means there is seemingly no way to stop Cell. They can't even use the Dragon Balls to wish Cell to be teleported away, because they became inactive after Kami and Piccolo fused, and then Piccolo died after that. And yet again, without instant transmission, Goku couldn't have brought Dende to Earth to make new Dragon Balls. Cell begins to laugh, saying they are all doomed, but Turles says not quite. Everyone looks at Turles, as Turles raises his arms into the air, and Cell gets lifted into the air, going higher and higher every second. Turles is using telekinesis, much like Frieza can, and he is lifting Cell into the atmosphere. Cell screams as his plans are foiled, and everyone can look up and see Cell explode in space. Everyone then begins celebrating, as Turles just saved them all. But then, out of nowhere, a single death beam is shot, piercing Trunks' chest as his lifeless corpse falls to the ground. Cell then crashes back into the earth, creating a massive cloud of dust, and once it clears, Cell is holding Goku by the neck while also having Turles' head under his heel. Cell begins to laugh maniacally. He thought killing Piccolo was satisfying after his first defeat to that slug filth. However, killing Goku, and more importantly killing Turles, well, that will be a lot more satisfying. Gohan is frozen in fear and shock. Not only is Cell gloating at the fact he killed Mr. Piccolo, but now he sees his father and uncle, who Gohan sees as both stronger than himself, at the whim of Cell. Cell looks at Gohan, smirking as he crushes Goku's throat and stomps in Turles' head so hard that it pops like a balloon. The death of Gohan's father, uncle and Mr. Piccolo keep replaying in Gohan's head. They are all dead, and after Cell kills him and the others, the entire world will be as well. Gohan then watches as Vegeta rushes at Cell, out of pure bloodlust for Cell killing Trunks, whether Cell with a single attack knocks the prince to the ground. Cell then is ready to fire a death beam at Vegeta, but Gohan finally snaps. He won't let anyone else die because of his own weakness and cowardice. Turles, Mr. Piccolo, his father, nobody else will die by Cell's hands. He refuses to let any more innocent lives be taken. Gohan's hair spikes up as his aura bursts, and he has become a Super Saiyan 2. This Gohan in Super Saiyan was almost on par with Turles, so with Super Saiyan 2, Cell doesn't even stand a chance. Gohan brutally decimates the bio-android known as Cell, and he beats him to a bloody pulp. He will end this once and for all. Gohan then throws Cell into the air, and he kills Cell the same way Trunks does in canon, with a heat dome attack. Cell is completely erased by the attack, and the battle is finally over. King Kai gets in contact with Namek in order for them to use their Dragon Balls and revive all those killed by Cell. They was able to revive multiple people with one wish because Porunga was upgraded. Porunga now also has the ability to grant 3 wishes, so they then wish to transport Dende to Earth so he can become their new guardian, and they can have Dragon Balls once again. And with the final wish, they are asked to revive the androids, since they didn't actually kill anyone, and they were also victims to Cell. Gohan sees as Trunks and Piccolo return. However, there is no sign of Goku or Turles. Goku then talks to all the Z fighters who are alive through King Kai, and he says that neither him or Turles chose to be brought back. Goku believes all the danger the Earth was put through was because of him being there, and Turles wants to stay with his brother, training and growing stronger alongside him in Otherworld, since he was able to get a body in Otherworld because of Goku's request to King Yama, since Turles has changed from who he once was. They both entrust the safety of the Earth onto Gohan, and this time, Gohan does accept this responsibility. He has been more motivated to be stronger ever since he died to Frieza and Namek, because even though I didn't mention it, that did affect him mentally. And now, he will protect the Earth. He won't allow anyone else to go through what he has. And that is where we're going to end off this part. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, then make sure to like, comment and please do subscribe. It is quick and easy to do. Also, I want to give a huge thank you to Darko Roktansky, Froderick Frankenstein and Yeti Myth for becoming channel members. If you want to be shouted out at the end of a video and get other perks like the channel members here, then there is a link in the description down below to become a channel member. It greatly supports me and it helps me immensely. With all of that out of the way, I hope to see you all in the next episode of What If Goku and Turles Were Twins?